Marcus Aurelius, the revered Stoic philosopher and Roman emperor, is often remembered for his wisdom and leadership. But behind his stoic demeanor lies a deadly secret, an untold story of his death that history rarely speaks of. What really happened in his final days, and how did his demise shape the future of Rome? The life of Marcus Aurelius, a brief overview. Introduction to his early life and rise to power. Marcus Aurelius was born on April 26, 121 AD, into a prominent family with close connections to the Roman elite. His birth name was Marcus Annius Verus, and he was destined for greatness from a young age. At the age of 17, Marcus was adopted by Emperor Hadrian, a decision that would set him on the path to becoming one of Rome's most respected leaders. Hadrian, who recognized Marcus's potential, ensured that he was educated in philosophy, particularly Stoicism, which would later define his reign and personal life. Training in Stoic philosophy. From a young age, Marcus Aurelius was deeply influenced by Stoic philosophy, a school of thought that emphasizes wisdom, self-discipline, and virtue. His dedication to these principles was evident in his daily life and decisions. Stoicism taught him to remain calm in the face of adversity, to accept the natural order of things, and to focus on what he could control. These teachings became the cornerstone of his leadership and personal conduct. Ascending to the throne, in 161 AD, Marcus Aurelius ascended to the throne, becoming the Emperor of Rome. His reign was marked by a commitment to justice, duty, and philosophical reflection. Unlike many rulers who sought power for its own sake, Marcus viewed his position as a responsibility to the people and the empire. His philosophical insights, many of which are recorded in his famous work, Meditations, provide a unique glimpse into the mind of a ruler who constantly sought to balance the demands of leadership with his personal quest for wisdom. Challenges and achievements. Marcus Aurelius's reign was fraught with challenges, both external and internal. He faced relentless wars with the Parthians in the east and the Germanic tribes along the empire's northern borders. These conflicts tested his military acumen and his stoic resolve. Despite the constant threat of invasion, Marcus remained steadfast in his duty to protect the empire. Internally, the Roman Empire was not immune to strife. Political intrigue, corruption, and economic difficulties plagued his reign. Yet, Marcus Aurelius's leadership and adherence to Stoic principles allowed him to navigate these challenges with grace and effectiveness. His ability to maintain stability in such turbulent times solidified his legacy as one of Rome's greatest emperors. Context for his death. As Marcus Aurelius approached the end of his life, the Roman Empire was in a precarious state. The ongoing wars had taken a toll on the empire's resources and manpower. Moreover, a deadly plague, known as the Antonine Plague, was ravaging the empire. This epidemic, which some historians believe was caused by smallpox, would eventually claim the lives of millions, including possibly that of Marcus Aurelius. Marcus's health was declining, worn down by years of relentless pressure, both physical and mental. The combination of his failing health, the plague, and the ongoing wars created a perfect storm that would lead to the end of his reign and the beginning of a new, more uncertain chapter for Rome. 3. The mysterious circumstances surrounding his death. The Antonine Plague. The Antonine Plague, also known as the Plague of Galen, first struck the Roman Empire around 165 AD, during the latter part of Marcus Aurelius's reign. The plague was named after the famous physician Galen, who documented its effects. This devastating epidemic caused widespread death and despair throughout the empire, decimating the population and weakening the military. Historians believe that Marcus Aurelius may have contracted this plague, leading to his eventual death. The symptoms described in historical records, fever, chills, fatigue, align with those of the plague. The timing and circumstances of his illness suggest that this deadly disease could have been the cause of his demise. Possible assassination. While the Antonine Plague is a likely explanation for Marcus Aurelius's death, some historians and scholars have speculated that there may be more to the story. Given the political intrigue of the Roman court, it is not entirely implausible that Marcus Aurelius could have been poisoned or assassinated. The question arises, who would have had the motive to kill such a revered leader? One possible suspect is his own son, Commodus. Marcus Aurelius had groomed Commodus to succeed him, but the relationship between father and son was strained. Commodus, who would later become known for his erratic and brutal rule, may have seen his father's death as an opportunity to seize power and impose his own vision on the empire. Other potential suspects include political rivals within the Roman Senate or military leaders who disagreed with Marcus's policies. The possibility of assassination adds an intriguing layer of mystery to the story of his death. The Stoic approach to death. Regardless of the cause, Marcus Aurelius faced his death with the calm and acceptance characteristic of a true Stoic. Throughout his life, Marcus had meditated on the nature of death, viewing it as a natural and inevitable part of existence. In his Meditations, he often reflected on the importance of accepting death with grace and dignity. As he lay on his deathbed, Marcus Aurelius reportedly spent his final days in quiet reflection, contemplating his life, his legacy, and the future of the empire. His death was not marked by fear or regret, but by a sense of peace and acceptance. In many ways, his death was the ultimate expression of his Stoic philosophy. The impact of his death on Rome. Commodus's reign. After Marcus Aurelius's death in 180 AD, his son Commodus ascended to the throne. The contrast between father and son could not have been more stark. While Marcus Aurelius was known for his wisdom, self-discipline, and commitment to the Stoic ideals, Commodus quickly gained a reputation for his erratic behavior, cruelty, and excess. Commodus's reign marked a significant departure from the principles that had guided his father's rule. He indulged in lavish displays of power, participated in gladiatorial games, and ruled with an iron fist. His brutal leadership and disregard for the well-being of the empire led to widespread discontent and instability. Many historians view Commodus's reign as the beginning of the decline of the Roman Empire. The transition from a philosopher king to a tyrannical ruler had profound implications for Rome's future, setting the stage for the empire's eventual fall. The end of the Pax Romana. Marcus Aurelius's death is often considered the end of the Pax Romana, a period of relative peace and stability that had lasted for over 2 centuries. During this time, Rome had flourished, expanding its territories and enjoying a level of prosperity unmatched in the ancient world. With the rise of Commodus, this era of peace came to an abrupt end. The stability that had characterized the empire under Marcus Aurelius was replaced by chaos, corruption, and conflict. The once great empire began to crumble under the weight of internal strife and external threats. Legacy of Marcus Aurelius. Despite the chaos that followed his death, Marcus Aurelius's legacy as a philosopher-emperor has endured for centuries. His Meditations, written during the most challenging years of his reign, continues to inspire readers with its timeless wisdom on life, death, and the human condition. Marcus Aurelius's commitment to Stoic principles, his leadership during times of crisis, and his philosophical insights have left an indelible mark on history. Even as the Roman Empire declined, the memory of Marcus Aurelius as a model of virtue and wisdom remained strong. The lessons from his death for modern times: acceptance of death. One of the key lessons from Marcus Aurelius's death is the importance of accepting mortality. In Meditations, Marcus reflects on the inevitability of death and the need to live each day with purpose. This Stoic acceptance of death can serve as a powerful reminder for us in modern times to confront our own mortality with grace and dignity. In a world where death is often feared and avoided, Marcus Aurelius's calm acceptance of his own death offers a different perspective. He teaches us that death is not something to be feared, but rather a natural part of life that should be faced with courage and tranquility. Living a virtuous life. Marcus Aurelius's life and death exemplify the Stoic ideal of living in accordance with virtue. Throughout his reign, he demonstrated a commitment to wisdom, justice, and self-discipline. His legacy serves as a model for how we should live our lives, focusing on what we can control, including our actions and attitudes, rather than external circumstances. In modern times, where external success is often prioritized over inner virtue, Marcus Aurelius's example reminds us of the importance of cultivating character and living with integrity. His life teaches us that true success lies not in wealth or power, but in living a life guided by principles and values. The fragility of power and legacy. Marcus Aurelius's death also highlights the fragility of power and the impermanence of even the greatest legacies. Despite his achievements, the empire quickly fell into turmoil after his passing. This serves as a cautionary tale about the limits of worldly success and the importance of cultivating inner strength and wisdom. In a world where power and success are often fleeting, Marcus Aurelius's story reminds us that true strength comes from within. His life and death teach us that the most enduring legacy is not found in material achievements, but in the wisdom, virtue, and principles we leave behind. Reflection on Marcus Aurelius's legacy. As we reflect on the life and death of Marcus Aurelius, we are reminded of the profound impact he had on both his time and ours. His legacy as a philosopher-emperor continues to inspire and guide us, offering timeless wisdom that is as relevant today as it was nearly 2 millennia ago. Marcus Aurelius's life was a testament to the power of Stoic philosophy, a philosophy that teaches us to live with virtue, to accept the inevitable, and to find peace in the midst of chaos. His death, shrouded in mystery, only adds to the intrigue and fascination surrounding his story. As we conclude this exploration of Marcus Aurelius's life and death, I encourage you to delve deeper into his Meditations. This remarkable work offers a wealth of wisdom on how to live a meaningful and purposeful life. Whether you are new to Stoicism or have been practicing it for years, there is always something to learn from Marcus Aurelius. If you enjoyed this exploration of Marcus Aurelius's deadly secret, I invite you to subscribe to our channel for more content on Stoicism, history, and the lessons we can learn from the past. Don't forget to check out our other videos that delve into similar themes, offering insights that can help you navigate the challenges of modern life. As we come to the end of our exploration of Marcus Aurelius's life and the mysterious circumstances surrounding his death, it is worth pausing to reflect deeply on the legacy of this extraordinary figure. Marcus Aurelius was not just a Roman emperor who ruled with wisdom and strength. He was also a philosopher whose thoughts have transcended time, continuing to resonate with people from all walks of life, nearly 2 millennia after his death. Marcus Aurelius lived in an era where the pressures of ruling an empire were immense, where the fate of millions depended on the decisions of a few. Yet, despite these overwhelming responsibilities, he never allowed the weight of the crown to corrupt his principles or cloud his judgment. he remained steadfast in his commitment to Stoic philosophy, a commitment that shaped his leadership, guided his actions, and left a lasting imprint on the world. His life was a testament to the idea that true power does not reside in titles or armies, but in the mastery of oneself, of one's thoughts, emotions, and actions. In his Meditations, a collection of personal writings that were never intended for public consumption, Marcus Aurelius offers us a window into his soul. These reflections reveal a man who was acutely aware of the impermanence of life, the inevitability of death, and the importance of living in accordance with virtue. He writes not as a distant ruler, but as a fellow human being, grappling with the same fears, doubts, and challenges that we all face. His insights into the human condition are timeless, providing guidance not only for his contemporaries, but for generations to come. As we reflect on his death, shrouded in mystery and speculation, we must consider the broader lessons it offers. The question of whether he succumbed to the Antonine Plague, was assassinated, or simply passed away from natural causes is intriguing, but ultimately secondary to the greater message his life imparts. The true significance of Marcus Aurelius' death lies in how it underscores the Stoic philosophy he lived by, a philosophy that teaches us to accept what we cannot change, to face our fate with dignity, and to focus on what truly matters in life. His death also serves as a poignant reminder of the fragility of power and the transient nature of worldly success. Despite all his accomplishments, despite the respect and admiration he garnered, the empire he worked so hard to stabilize began to unravel shortly after his passing. The rise of his son Commodus, whose reign marked the beginning of Rome's decline, is a stark illustration of how quickly the fortunes of an empire or of any human endeavor can change. It is a powerful lesson in humility, reminding us that no matter how great our achievements, they are often vulnerable to forces beyond our control. In modern times, where the pursuit of power, wealth, and status often takes precedence over the cultivation of character, Marcus Aurelius' life offers a counter-narrative, a reminder that true fulfillment is found not in external success, but in inner virtue. His teachings encourage us to turn inward, to examine our own lives, and to ask ourselves whether we are living in a way that aligns with our highest values. Are we, like Marcus, striving to be just, wise, and self-disciplined? Are we cultivating the resilience to face life's challenges with equanimity? Are we prepared to meet our own end with the same grace and acceptance that Marcus Aurelius displayed? Moreover, Marcus Aurelius' reflections on the impermanence of life and the inevitability of death resonate profoundly in today's world, where the fear of death often leads to anxiety and a relentless pursuit of distractions. In contrast, Marcus teaches us to confront death head-on, to recognize it as a natural part of life, and to use the awareness of our mortality as a catalyst for living more fully and authentically. His Stoic philosophy provides a framework for embracing life's fleeting nature and for finding peace in the knowledge that everything, including our own existence, is temporary. As we remember Marcus Aurelius, let us also remember the lessons his life and death offer us. In a world filled with uncertainty, his Stoic wisdom remains as relevant today as it was in ancient Rome. The principles he espoused, of living in accordance with nature, of focusing on what is within our control, and of maintaining a calm and rational mind in the face of adversity, are as applicable now as they were then. In the final analysis, Marcus Aurelius' legacy is not just one of a powerful ruler or a profound thinker, but of a man who, despite his immense responsibilities and the pressures of his time, managed to live in harmony with his inner values. His life invites us to consider our own legacies, not in terms of wealth or power, but in terms of the virtues we embody and the impact we have on others. So as you move forward from this video, I encourage you to carry with you the wisdom of Marcus Aurelius, reflect on the lessons he has to offer, and think about how you can apply them in your own life. Consider how you can live more intentionally, with greater awareness of your actions, and with a deeper commitment to your principles. And remember that, in the end, it is not the length of our lives or the magnitude of our achievements that matters, but the integrity with which we live. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the life and death of Marcus Aurelius. If you found this exploration meaningful, please subscribe to our channel for more content on Stoicism, history, and the timeless lessons we can learn from the past. Together, we can continue to seek wisdom, cultivate virtue, and strive to live in a way that honors the legacy of one of history's greatest philosopher kings. Let the story of Marcus Aurelius be a guiding light in your own life, a reminder that even in the face of life's greatest challenges, we have the power to remain true to ourselves, to live with purpose, and to leave a legacy of wisdom and virtue that will endure long after we are gone.